Hi, I'm Carson from the ASCII Bow Wows, and this is my response to Kennedy's video. So Kennedy asked what sort of field trips that we've been on with musical ensembles that we've been a part of in the past, and also if field trips are beneficial to a music class. So personally, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with field trips with musical ensembles at all. I did the standard Disney trip that I think almost every high school band and choir member does at some point in their career. I really enjoyed that a lot. I went my freshman and my senior year. My freshman year we did a night parade in Magic Kingdom, and that was beyond magical. If you know me, you know that I'm a huge Disney freak. I really looked forward to that, and I felt like when I was going as a freshman, I wasn't able to truly appreciate what I was doing. I wasn't so interested in music at that point. It was sort of more just like a trip to Disney, and I wasn't ever really necessarily thinking about the performance aspect of the trip. But then we went again my senior year when I was drum major, so I got to take a lot of time to talk to my band director about the parade route, and we spent a lot of time, navigating Epcot. It was a day parade in Epcot. We got to spend a lot of time together, talking about the logistics of getting around and trying to walk backwards or conduct backwards while, avoiding potholes, and not that happens at Epcot. So that senior band trip was probably my favorite trip thus far. We have Macy's coming up in Marching Illini. Oh, that's another thing. I totally forgot. I went to Macy's my senior year, and it was unbelievable. I went as a part of the Macy's Great American Marching Band, and I could not have had more fun, honestly. Something that's once in a lifetime, or in my case, I guess twice in a lifetime, because I'm going again, and I did not expect that. I loved every aspect of it, and I think this sort of ties into what I'm going to say about how I really do believe that field trips are beneficial to bands and choirs, because I met so many amazing people that I would not have met otherwise. So I really think that going on field trips and meeting new people, performing for new people, being in a different environment, sort of taking kids out of their comfort zone and putting them in a whole new performance aspect, something that they've never experienced before. I think that's something that they wouldn't get otherwise, especially in just a general concert setting. And another thing regarding, public performances on field trips, like the ones at Disney and some of the ones that Kennedy talked about in her video, I think it's really nice to sometimes get out of that concert hall performance mode, and sort of be engaging with the crowd. Not that you can't do that in a concert hall, but I feel like if it's a public performance, downtown Disney or outside a cathedral or, something that is not necessarily meant to be a concert, but more like public entertainment, something just for the joy of other people. And I think that is something that a lot of people don't get in the concert hall experience, the public engagement aspect. And taking field trips and performing in different places can certainly help kids to get that sort of experience, that sort of outside, beyond comfort zone experience. So I just rambled a lot, but to sort of put everything together, my first point is I had a ton of fun on every field trip that I've ever been on, and one that I didn't mention, I went to Virginia for the Final Four at Illinois Wesleyan last year with Titan Band, and I had a lot of fun on that trip too, because I was with all of my best friends, and I had mellow buddies to go with me, which was super nice. And we've been to Chicago with Marching Illini. That was a lot of fun too. I really enjoyed that. And Marching Illini went to Dallas this year, which I thought was a fantastic experience. I was sort of bummed at first about going near Christmas time and not being home with my family, but once I got on the bus and once we got to Dallas, it didn't feel like Christmas time, so it didn't really feel like I was missing anything. 70-degree weather in December is very uncharacteristic of Illinois. So we get to Dallas and we're wearing t-shirts, and you forget that it's even around Christmas time. And also there were a lot of things that happened on that trip that, sort of were accommodating to the people who were missing their families. I think that the band staff made a huge effort to make everyone feel really at home. Also, in a school setting, people tend to act a lot differently than they do when they have no one else to hang out with, which sounds really sketchy, but I think that Personally, when I'm at school, I'm thinking about school, and I'm thinking about, you know, the amount of free time that I have and when I can hang out and binge watch something on Netflix. I'm definitely not thinking about, you know, when am I gonna hang out with this person, because I don't really know them that well. Well, when you're on a trip, it's sort of different because, you know, the lounging around aspect isn't really there. Simply because you're somewhere where you haven't been. It's best to explore. You just don't. You want to get experience with everything you can, and you end up forming relationships that you never would have thought, you know, possible. So that is the end of my video. I think I answered the questions. I think I rambled a lot, but I don't really have time to redo this because it is now 2 in the morning, and I cannot wait to see Megan's video, which I believe she already posted because we sort of got out of order. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered all the questions, and I will see you next week. Bye!